Noise. Yeah. Ooh. Today is my off day. I don't wanna go in, don't call me. Don't hit my line, ain't gotta cook today. I ain't gotta wait in line for coffee. Man, I'm about to chill, I'm about to play the game. I might just Uber eat the hot wing. I might Uber eat me the hot wing. Gotta get a happy meal for today. But I'm cool and I ain't gotta go into work. I'm so tired of having a sweet day. I'm so tired of having to cook dessert. I'm so damn tired of when my back hurt. Man, I'm so damn happy in my off day. I might just slide and massage envy.
Stay splendid, stay splendid. It's your boy Splendid Game at EGW, back today with another episode of Let's Talk Boruto. And today we are talking about chapter 78, titled Super Idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the biggest chapter of this series so far. I mean, I know we say that about a lot of chapters, but because this is a monthly manga, putting this into perspective, I want y'all to know this is the moment where we see a lot of things that we had questions for finally get answered. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we're going to start out the chapter with pretty much Shikamaru getting a confirmation from the sensory team that Naruto and Hinata's chakra suddenly vanished. And that right before they vanished, that Kawaki's chakra had started to register. Shikamaru didn't know what to think of it at all. And then we get a shot of Himawari finally getting home. And she's seeing all the ninjas inside her house. And she's seeing the family portrait on the ground broken. So Shikamaru is now inside the house with Boruto, Sarada, Damon, and Ada. And pretty much, Shikamaru pretty much is like, I can't imagine Kawaki harming Naruto. But he pretty much asks Ada if she can see anything. And she says she doesn't know what Kawaki did, but Kawaki definitely did something to Naruto and Hinata. And, pretty much Shikamaru was like pissed off. And he's like, well, where's Kawaki now? And Ada said, well, she can't really track him with her Senrigan because of his Sukuna Hikona. He's physically not visible. So on that note, Boruto gets angry and rushes out the house. Sarada and Sumire looking at him like, Boruto, no. But Boruto is more like, man, fuck it. That bastard, I gotta figure out what he's up to. So we get this cool shot of Ada going back, using her Senrigan to go view the conversation between Kawaki and Naruto. And she says, reviewing the convo with the Hokage, I'd say that Kawaki might be planning to kill Boruto again. So now Sarada and Sumire are both looking crazy. Sarada's like, kill Boruto again? What do you mean again? And Sumire kind of knows, and she's just like, Sarada. And then she's like, you make it sound like Kawaki killed Boruto before. I thought it was Cold that took down Boruto. What the heck? So Shikamaru finally admits, Kawaki was the one that dealt the blow, but Boruto asked him to in order to protect us from the threat of Momoshiki. And now Shikamaru's like, Kawaki might be trying to do the same thing again, and for the same reason. So Sarada, she's getting ready to run out the door, and Sumire's like, nah, don't go, it's too dangerous. Shikamaru pretty much reiterates the same thing and says, Kawaki's not thinking stable right now. Like, having a rational conversation with him is not possible. Just leave Kawaki up to the higher-ups. Sarada has this cool little shot where she's just like standing, fists like clenched or whatever, and she's like, I only found out Boruto had died after he had already been resurrected, and at the time I didn't even know he was in danger, and now that I know it, I can't just stand around and do nothing. And we have this really cool shot. Like, sadly it doesn't look like her Sharingan is activated, but I think it would have been even cooler if her Sharingan was activated. And she runs out with those high heels really fast, And Sarada, Shikamaru's like, man, don't go acting on your own, that's an order. But Sarada's gone. We fast forward, and we get Boruto running on top of the mountains where the Hokage faces are. And he's almost swallowed by a vortex, where he uses his karma to end up absorbing it. And Kawaki, we don't even see him, but he's like, God, it'd be easy if I could just seal you away too. And then he pops up. Boruto's like, Kawaki's like, yeah, man, you heading home? I thought you would pass this way. Boruto's like, he not even trying to hit none of that. He's like, bro, what the heck are you thinking? What did you do with my mom and dad? And at that moment, Kawaki proceeds to, make a little cube and some little rods pop up out his hand, and he explains to him Daikokuten. It's a shinjutsu that allows access to a dimension where time is frozen. Lord Seventh and your mom are there. And, he pretty much tells Boruto, don't worry, they both fine. They won't age, they won't starve, or nothing. It's just that you won't ever see them again. And at that moment, Kawaki activates Karma, and you can see the triangles in his eyes. And he proceeds to try to drop some cubes on top of Boruto's head. Boruto dodges, real finesse game. Kawaki pops up right behind him and extends his, scientific hand or whatever. And Boruto, this is really cool shot. Boruto with one kunai directly in the middle of his hand, his extended hand. It's like, bro, what has gotten into you? Like, why are you? And before he could even say trying to kill me, pretty much Kawaki says, bro, because you're in a Suzuki, why else? Boruto's like, bro, this is ridiculous. Stop this right now. Everyone be here real soon. And if this goes badly, and Kawaki's like, I know. That's why I don't have time to talk to you. There's no going back for me. And he proceeds to slam down on Boruto. And when he thinks he's fully slammed Boruto, apparently Boruto cranks a huge ass Rasengan and just straight up eats his arm off. He's like, you idiot. It seems words won't cut it. And Kawaki says, right back at you, bro. Then we get a scene change back to Amato. He's actually sweating a lot this chapter, which is really weird. He's like, hey, what's going on? What's Kawaki doing? And Sai's like, sorry, could you be quiet? I'm still receiving intel. And Amato's like, I heard he assaulted Lord Hokage. I can't believe it. There's got to be some type of mistake. But Sai says, unfortunately not. We want to question him, but Kawaki's not cooperating. Plus, his Sukuna Hakuna makes it difficult to hold him. Worst case scenario, we might have to take extreme measures. Now, I'm encouraging everybody to read the manga, because this last panel of Amato, even though it looks like he's surprised, the more you look at it, the more it looks like he's smiling. You know what I'm saying? One of those sneaky, sinister smiles. We get back to Boruto and Kawaki fighting, and Boruto proceeds to try to hit Kawaki with a thunderclap arrow, but Kawaki shrinks and pops back up and kicks Boruto right in the face with it. And as Kawaki continues to try to attack Boruto again, Sarada fires off a fireball and Kawaki absorbs it. Sarada standing on top of a mountain is like, Kawaki, what's gotten into you? And Kawaki's like, I'm just saying this once. If you don't want to die, don't butt in. Sarada's looking all confused and is like, bro, are you serious? Boruto's like, run, Sarada. He ain't gonna listen to anything you say. He really will kill you. And then that's when she gets this shocked look on her face and proceeds to jump down into the fight. Grabs the kunai and says, that's all the more reason to stay, as a shinobi who aims to be Hokage. Kawaki says, shinobi, Hokage, you shinobi really are destined to die early. And as he says die early, his hand has turned into a scythe and he's cocked it back and he proceeds to swing it at Sarada's face. We get this cool shot where we just see the sound effects and the blood, and we get the next panel of Boruto jumping in and saving Sarada. As they fall to the ground, Sarada's like, Boruto. We look to the next page, and Boruto now finally has the scar above his eye. His eye is bleeding out. His headband has been damaged even more than what it was. Yes. And Sarada's like, Boruto, your eye. Boruto's covering his eyes, saying, I'm fine, just run. He ain't messing around. And, Kawaki's just standing over them looking sinister. And, Sarada's like, but Boruto, move aside, Sarada, or are you still feeling the need to interfere, says Kawaki, as he stands over Sarada and she looks up. And at that moment, Mitsuki swoops in with his stretchy hands, proceeds to grab Kawaki's hand that has the karma on it, and then Shikamaru puts him under shadow possession. Shikamaru comes on and says, that's enough, Kawaki. Ooh, that's good news. Seems shadow paralysis can block shrinking. Mitsuki also says, no karmic absorption for you either. I won't let go even if you die. And then Sasuke swoops in like a thief in the night, popping up with his blade right to the kid's neck and said, it's over. I'd rather not do this, but I'll kill you if you resist. Sarada's like, Dad. And Konohamaru comes through. You gotta draw the guy in the story somehow. And he's like, damn it, unbelievable. Are you okay, Boruto? As he's trying to help Boruto to his feet. Now Shikamaru's like, now what happens next depends on you, Kawaki. What did you do to Naruto and Hinata? Kawaki says only what had to be done, for Lord 7th and for Konoha's sake by extension. Shikamaru says, for Konoha's sake, I don't follow. The only thing you're doing is sowing chaos around you. And Kawaki says, all I've got to say to you is that I never expected or even wanted you to understand. If you don't like what I'm doing, just kill me. Talking about it is pointless. And Shikamaru says, you damn brat, you're an irredeemable idiot. And we get this shot of Boruto still holding his hand over his face, but he's removing his hand from his face. We see his eye, super scarred up, still bleeding, and then the eye opens with a Byakugan. Not Shikamaru. Fucking Konohamaru's looking shocked. Sasuke and Kawaki look over shocked, and then that's when Kawaki says, you, Momoshiki. Momoshiki, seemingly in Boruto's body, proceeds to use the karma to absorb the shadow possession. Sasuke's like, what? And at that moment, Kawaki decides to shrink down out of Mitsuki's hand and away from Sasuke's sword, and pops up on top of Naruto's head on the Hokage mountain. Sasuke's like, damn it. And then we get the Boroshiki saying, you want to kill me, don't you? Then you can't afford to get taken down here. And he says, Kawaki says, what are you plotting? Why are you helping me? And Boroshiki says, you're surrounded, Kawaki. Hurry up and get lost, or you'll waste this chance I've given you. Mitsuki proceeds to try to stretch out and reach Kawaki again, but Kawaki shrinks. Like, damn it, he got away. Shikamaru says he's been using Sukuna Akona quite a bit, so his chakra's gotta be running low. He can't hide forever. That's when we'll strike. All hands on deck. Find him by any means necessary. Then we get Sasuke looking over at Boruto and says, I don't get it. What's he trying to do? Why save Kawaki who wants to kill him? And then we get this cool shot of Boruto's Byakugan, and then he closes his eye, and once he closes his eye, he comes back to himself. And pretty much, Sarada's apologizing to Boruto. Like, I'm sorry, this is because of me. And Mitsuki's pulling up on Boruto as well. Boruto says, it's not your fault, Sarada. It's that blockhead super idiot. And Mitsuki's sitting here with the super angry face like, yep, that's right. And Boruto looks over to his side and he sees Momoshiki manifesting before him. He says, well, boy, you've lost one, Blue Eye. I think you know this, but this is just the beginning. You're going to lose everything in very short order, and it can no longer be stopped. The end has already begun. So what do we take from this chapter? First things first, man. Excellent chapter. Yes, I wish Sarada would have activated her Sharingan this chapter, but I mean, I guess that's what next chapter is for. Because the new Team 7 is going to make sure they can do their thing to try to take down Kawaki. That future sight that Boruto had with everybody looking for somebody, we all know who they're looking for now. They are looking for Kawaki. Second thing, Sasuke is now in the mix now. Sasuke knows everything that's going on now. What is Sasuke going to do to test his resolve? I said months ago that there was going to be a Sasuke versus Kawaki fight, and seeing how Sasuke pulled up on Kawaki with his sword to his neck is giving me further implications that is now a really super possibility of something that is to come. There's also the possibility that Boruto himself and Sasuke end up having a skirmish as well, and that's why Sasuke won't be in the future events of what's going on. Now, as far as for Amato to have this shutdown code inside of Kawaki and you know he hasn't relayed this information to them, is still pretty sus, because you know Kawaki just took Naruto away from the village, and Naruto is the one that granted Amato asylum in the Hidden Leaf. So it should be in Amato's best interest to shut down Kawaki, so that way they can get Lord 7 back, and then everything will be good. But I mean, I think this is like one of those, what do you call it, like 48 laws of power or whatever. And pretty much, Amato's just trying to make himself seem more powerful. And in order for him to make himself seem more powerful, he has to play his cards until, the last card is on the table. You know what I'm saying? He has to see everybody's hand before he can play his. And then we have Ada casually dropping the line that Kawaki's gonna kill Boruto again in front of, both the girls that seemingly love Boruto. I'm not sure if she said it so casually because, she's just talking to Shikamaru, or if she really wants to see the girls' reaction and how they would react to their lover being, targeted, because then that might give Ada more incentive to try to protect Kawaki. I mean, she already says she wants to be with him, but I mean, she doesn't like fighting. Damon's the fighter of the family, So, honestly, man, this was a really good chapter, bro. Really good chapter. Boruto finally has the scar, and this is one of those possibilities that, I'm thinking that every time Boruto blinks his eye, Momoshiki might start trying to take over. You know what I'm saying? Because he says it's going to be a moment where he doesn't, he despairs and doesn't want to live. Could be the possibility that Sasuke pulls out Susanoo and hits him with a big old Amaterasu sword, and Boruto doesn't want to live anymore, and that's when Momoshiki takes over. But the fact that Momoshiki is still looming like this and still making plans on the fly, it just goes to show that Momoshiki might be the biggest, baddest villain. I mean, at this point, we need to see Momoshiki and Amato fight. You dig? But this is all I have for this chapter review. This has been another episode of Let's Talk Boruto. Your boy Splendid Gamer. Y'all please like, subscribe, check out the other playlists on the channel, and I'll be back with more. You dig? Bye. Let's go.